Hey Bears fans, we're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Chicago Bears. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. That way, you'll always stay up to date with breaking news and exclusive content. The rumor mill around the NFL has been absolutely ignited this week after new images surfaced showing the Green Bay Packers locker room in a state that many are calling compromising ahead of one of the most anticipated matchups of the season. According to sources close to the league, these images, which have circulated rapidly across social media, show certain strategic playbooks and formations that were clearly visible, raising eyebrows about whether sensitive team information could have been exposed. Fans and analysts alike are speculating about the implications, with some suggesting that the Bears might have gotten an unintended sneak peek at Aaron Rodgers' game plans. The timing couldn't be more controversial, as this leak comes just days before the fierce NFC North clash that has already been marked as a pivotal moment in both teams' playoff aspirations. Chicago Bears insiders, reportedly furious over the incident, have filed an official complaint with the NFL, demanding a thorough investigation into how these images were allowed to spread and whether any competitive integrity has been compromised. Meanwhile, the Packers organization has remained tight-lipped, with only a brief statement acknowledging the images but refusing to comment on their contents or speculate about potential consequences. The Bears front office is said to be taking this matter very seriously, with multiple internal sources confirming that the complaint to the league includes concerns about whether team secrets were intentionally or unintentionally leaked. The images, which appear to have been taken by someone with insider access, show not only formations and diagrams scribbled on white boards, but also highlight particular tendencies in defensive alignments and offensive sequences. In the cutthroat world of professional football, even a small piece of intel can drastically alter a game plan, giving opponents a tactical edge. Analysts are already debating whether this exposure could influence the Packers' preparation, with some suggesting that head coach Matt LaFleur might need to make emergency adjustments to hide his team's tendencies. On the flip side, Bears strategists are reportedly studying the leaked visuals with extreme caution, aware that the league could penalize them if they attempt to exploit them improperly. The ripple effect of this incident has even reached the media, as every sports outlet from ESPN to local Wisconsin networks are dissecting the leak, adding fuel to the fire with endless speculation. Fans online have turned the story into a viral sensation, with memes, polls, and heated debates filling Twitter and Reddit feeds. The NFL itself is reportedly investigating the breach, though the league has historically been tight-lipped about ongoing inquiries. Sources claim that officials are interviewing staff members, reviewing security protocols, and examining the origins of the images to determine whether any rules were broken. If the league finds evidence of intentional exposure, it could impose sanctions ranging from fines to suspensions, which would send shockwaves throughout the NFL community. Meanwhile, the Packers are taking steps internally to mitigate the fallout, reportedly holding emergency meetings to ensure no further sensitive materials are left unprotected. Team insiders indicate a heightened sense of vigilance, with equipment managers and staff now being instructed to double-check locker rooms and practice spaces for potential exposures. The pressure is mounting, and with the Bears looming as the next opponent, speculation about whether this incident will impact the game is reaching fever pitch. Coaches from both sides are said to be privately strategizing, weighing the risks and advantages that these leaked visuals could present, making this situation one of the most talked about pre-game controversies in recent memory. Social media has become a storm center for this story, with fans dissecting every pixel of the leaked images in search of clues. Analysts, former players, and armchair experts are weighing in, suggesting plays, formations, and strategies that might have been revealed. While some are skeptical about the actual impact, others argue that in the hyper-competitive environment of the NFL, even seemingly minor insights can tip the balance. Commentators have likened this to classic spy versus spy scenarios, comparing it to historical leaks in professional sports that altered playoff outcomes. Meanwhile, the Bears fan base is celebrating what they call a potential advantage, though insiders caution that exploiting this information could backfire if the league deems it improper. The swirling rumors have created a narrative that extends beyond football, touching on ethics, competitive integrity, and the fine line between accidental exposure and intentional leaks. Interestingly, Packers players themselves are reportedly frustrated with the situation, viewing it as a breach of team trust and discipline. Interviews with unnamed sources suggest locker room tensions have increased, with players emphasizing the importance of accountability and caution in handling sensitive materials. Coaches are said to be reinforcing the message that mistakes like this cannot happen again, highlighting the broader impact on team culture and morale. Analysts have noted that this could become a defining moment for how the Packers manage internal information moving forward, possibly reshaping protocols for everything from playbooks to locker room access. The dynamic between players, staff, and leadership is reportedly tense, with some veteran voices advocating for stronger internal controls while others focus on moving past the controversy and preparing for the Bears. This mix of internal pressure, external scrutiny, and a looming high-stakes matchup has created a narrative that is gripping fans, analysts, and insiders alike. As the countdown to the Packers versus Bears game continues, the buzz surrounding these images has elevated the intensity of the rivalry to new heights. Sports bars, fan forums, and social media feeds are abuzz with speculation, predictions, and debate, each adding layers to a story that continues to evolve by the hour. Betting markets have reacted as well, with odds makers acknowledging the uncertainty that the leaked information introduces, though most are cautious about overestimating its real-world impact. The narrative has taken on a life of its own, blending sports drama with elements of espionage, scandal, and psychological warfare. Whether the leaked images will materially influence the game remains unknown, but one thing is certain. Both the Packers and Bears are now playing under an unusually intense spotlight. Fans around the league are watching closely, analysts are scribbling feverishly, and the NFL itself is on high alert. In the end, the story has become bigger than just X's and O's. It's a saga of trust, strategy, and the thin line between preparation and vulnerability in professional sports. The fallout from the Packers' locker room images has now reached a level where speculation about league penalties is impossible to ignore. Insiders suggest that if the NFL concludes that sensitive information was compromised, fines and sanctions could be imminent, not only affecting front office staff, but potentially trickling down to coaching personnel. Historically, incidents of this nature have forced teams to rethink how they handle internal communications, secure facilities, and manage the flow of information among players and staff. Within Green Bay, there is reportedly an urgent push to reassess security protocols, from digital playbooks to locker room access, to prevent any recurrence. The broader question now revolves around competitive fairness. Could a single image change the outcome of a divisional game? Analysts argue that while preparation and execution still dominate, having insight into opponent tendencies, even briefly, provides an edge that teams crave. With the Bears seemingly in possession of this insight, whether intentionally or not, the stakes for the upcoming game have never been higher, making this more than a simple pre-game rumor. It's become a storyline that could define the NFC North race. League officials are said to be scrutinizing every detail, not just the content of the images, but also how they were distributed. Sources indicate the NFL is examining whether any protocols were breached and whether disciplinary action is warranted. The Bears, for their part, are walking a delicate line, balancing the potential advantage against the risk of league scrutiny. Rumors have already emerged suggesting that front office executives in Chicago are holding private meetings to decide the extent to which they might use the leaked information without violating league ethics. Meanwhile, Packers leadership is reportedly focused on damage control, emphasizing to both staff and media that the situation is being handled internally and that no competitive advantage should be assumed. The tension is palpable, with both fan bases speculating endlessly and sports media outlets treating every development as a breaking story, contributing to the swirling narrative that dominates NFL discussions across platforms. Analysts have also noted the psychological impact on players. Packers athletes are reportedly dealing with a mix of frustration and focus, understanding that their preparation may now be scrutinized in a completely new way. Meanwhile, Bears players are approaching practice with a heightened sense of strategy, aware that while they cannot openly exploit the images without consequences, they can study general tendencies that might have been exposed. Former players commenting on the situation have described it as a classic mental chess scenario, where the game extends beyond the field into locker rooms, meeting rooms, and even social media feeds. This new layer of intrigue has captivated fans, drawing attention not only to team performance, but to organizational culture, discipline, and leadership in times of crisis. The narrative has grown far beyond a simple preseason rumor, transforming into a case study of professional accountability and competitive strategy. Social media engagement around this story has reached unprecedented levels, with hashtags trending, fan polls exploding, and viral memes framing the controversy in both humorous and dramatic lights. Analysts are dissecting every angle, trying to determine whether a leak like this is truly a game-changer or simply a distraction. Sports commentators on television and podcasts are debating the potential outcomes, with some suggesting that the Packers could respond with strategic misdirection to counter any perceived advantage the Bears might have gained. Meanwhile, fan reaction has split sharply, with Green Bay supporters expressing outrage and Bears fans oscillating between cautious optimism and ethical concern. This digital frenzy has only amplified the intensity surrounding the rivalry, elevating what was already a heated matchup into a story that transcends the field and engages the broader sports culture. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. From a management perspective, the situation is a cautionary tale. Teams across the league are reportedly reviewing internal practices to ensure that no similar exposures occur. Coaches are reevaluating how they communicate game plans, while front office executives are examining access privileges, surveillance measures, and information handling protocols. The Packers, in particular, are under pressure to demonstrate to both the league and their fan base that they're taking decisive steps to safeguard sensitive material. Internal sources suggest that emergency meetings and revised security policies are now in place, marking a significant cultural shift in response to what many are calling an avoidable lapse. Analysts note that the outcome of this incident could shape team policies league-wide for years to come, highlighting the evolving interplay between technology, media, and competitive integrity in professional sports. Finally, as the countdown to game day continues, the NFL world is watching with bated breath. Speculation, rumors, and official investigations intertwine to create a narrative that is as much about perception and psychology as it is about X's and O's. Both teams are now navigating a complex web of preparation, distraction, and strategy, with every move analyzed and every statement scrutinized. The Packers versus Bears matchup has become emblematic of modern professional sports drama, where a single image can trigger league investigations, fan frenzy, and intense media coverage. In the end, whether these leaked images will decisively influence the outcome remains unknown, but their impact on the culture, tension, and stakes of the NFC North rivalry is undeniable. As fans, analysts, and insiders continue to dissect each development, one thing is certain. This story is far from over, and the drama surrounding the Packers and Bears is reaching a level that transcends the football field, making it a must-watch narrative for the entire league. Finally, the story of Jalen Carter potentially joining the Bears has taken on an almost cinematic quality as fans, analysts, and insiders weave together threads of speculation into a compelling narrative of transformation. The rumor embodies more than just talent acquisition. It represents strategy, culture, psychology, and identity converging in a single move that could ripple through the division and league. Conversations abound about how Carter's presence could alter matchups, elevate teammates, and redefine expectations for the Bears' defense. Social media is alive with excitement, projections, and playful debates, imagining a season where the defensive line becomes a spectacle, every snap fraught with tension and anticipation. Even without official confirmation, The buzz itself has created a momentum that reshapes fan engagement, media coverage, and league-wide narratives. The potential of Jalen Carter anchoring Chicago's defensive front is enough to captivate imaginations, inspire debates, and generate hope that the Bears are on the cusp of a new, electrifying chapter in franchise history. Every rumor, highlight reel, and speculative analysis contributes to a story that feels as big as the NFL itself, leaving fans and rivals alike on the edge of their seats, waiting to see if this whisper will become reality. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.